Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Main news story for you is from Ethiopia, Amhara border, Al-Fashaga, the territory which was under Ethiopian control before the start of war in northern Ethiopia. But during the war, Sudanese forces took advantage of the situation and retook more than 90% of Al-Fashaga. But this month, it seems Amhara forces they're trying to retake Al-Fashaga. They're going deep into Al-Fashaga details for you. Secondly, Somalia representative at the UN talked about illegal entry of Ethiopian troops in Somali territory. He said all that during UN Security Council meeting on Monday. Thirdly, Somali-Afar clashes. Somali forces close to taking Undufu, but now ENDF is intervening. Somali forces were about to enter Undufu, but ENDF is now in control of the town, keeping Somalis away from the town, reported. Let's start with the first story from Sudan, Ethiopia border. Al-Fashaga, Greater Fashaga, Smaller Fashaga, a strip of fertile land which was being cultivated by Ethiopian farmers, mainly Amhara farmers, for years until a war broke out in northern Ethiopia in 2020. Ethiopian military, Amhara forces, Tigray fighters, all were involved in this war, so no one was there to protect Al-Fashaga. Sudanese military took advantage of the situation. It recaptured Al-Fashaga. By the way, internationally, Al-Fashaga is part of Sudan, not part of Ethiopia. More than 90% of Al-Fashaga was retaken by Sudan military. So the military established checkpoints and its camps in Al-Fashaga. ENDF Amhara forces could not do anything because they were fighting as Tigray fighters. Then Sudan military built some roads connecting Al-Fashaga, which is in Gedaref, other parts of Gedaref. Ethiopia issued statements criticizing the moves made by Sudanese military, but Ethiopia didn't mobilize its military to retake Al-Fashaga. Now, in recent days, some movements have been seen of Amhara militia members into Sudan, into Al-Fashaga. It is being reported by Sudanese news sources that Amhara militias are entering Al-Fashaga. They have entered deep into Al-Fashaga, 15-kilometer deep into Sudan from Ethiopia-Sudan border. They have carried out several attacks in Taya area. Taya is in Al-Qurash in Gitara. These Amhara militia members are targeting herders, farmers. In one incident, these farmers were fired at, one died, some were injured, livestock being robbed as well. Where is military? Sudan military. Military was withdrawn from Al-Fashaga because of fighting ongoing between military and RSF. So military was relocated from Al-Fashaga to other parts, to battlefront where there is fighting between RSF and military. Military is not in a position to make large-scale deployments in Gedaref and Al-Fashaga. That is why Amhara militias are taking advantage of the situation. Where is Ethiopian National Defense Force? Is it part of these operations connected by Amhara militia members into Al-Fashaga? No. ENDF is not taking part in these operations, but did ENDF greenlight these operations? No. Don't know. Maybe ENDF would like Amhara militias to take back Al-Fashaga, but ENDF does not want to be involved directly. That is why no involvement of ENDF being confirmed by Sudanese sources. Sudanese sources are only naming Amhara militias. But so far, these are incursions. Militia members attack farmers, they rob people, They return. Cultivation of land disrupted definitely. Growing of crops disrupted definitely. But it's not that Amhara forces have retaken parts of Al-Fashaga, but it seems they're planning to do that. And the Sudanese sources are raising alarm about the situation in Gidar of Al-Fashaga. So it was Somali-Afar clashes. Somalis accuse Ethiopian military of supporting Afars. Afar is accused Djibouti of supporting Somali ISAs. These Somali-Afar clashes ongoing for years over some territories, border town like Undufu, Garbais, or that. Uh, re- Ongoing clashes began several weeks ago, and for several weeks, clashes ongoing, and Somalis uh, took back some towns and bases in the past few weeks. They are very close to entering Undufo, which they want to retake. They captured Gidibka, a base of Afar fighters in Gidibka, around 48 hours ago. If you are in Gidibka, you can move towards Undufo. They are planning to enter Undufo, but then Ethiopian military intervened. Ethiopian military is in Undufo. It is telling Somali fighters to retreat, telling them that you cannot enter Undufo. This is the situation. ENDF intervening. ENDF does not want Undufo to be under Somali. Maybe ENDF wants the border area, the areas close to the Ethiopia-Djibouti highway to be under federal control. That is why it is not letting Somalis enter. The tension there, talks held reportedly. Somali fighters and military officials met. What did they agree at? I don't know. We'll be coming videos, but Somalis close to Undufo reported. Lastly, viewers, last news story is about UN Security Council meeting on Somalia held on Monday. Open briefing by UN Secretary General's envoy for Somalia, African Union representative. They briefed UN Security Council members about security situation, political situation in Somalia. The representative of Somalia government also spoke. And the man accused Ethiopian troops of illegally entering Somalia's territories. I reported this week that 4,000, around 4,000 Ethiopian troops entered Mataban, which is in Heran zone, Hirshabelle regional state. The Ethiopian troops stayed there for several hours, then they returned. The arrival of new Ethiopian units confirmed in Dolo to in Jubaland, reportedly, Gaidu zone. That is what Somalia is calling the illegal crossing of Ethiopian troops into Somalia's territories. Why did Somalia take almost a week to talk about the illegal entry of Ethiopian troops into Somalia's territories? The entry in Dolo happened almost a week ago. Somalia just stayed silent until this UN Security Council meeting was held. And by the way, these regional states, Southwest State, Jubaland, they support the presence of Ethiopian troops in the regional states. Border is virtually being controlled by Ethiopian troops. There are no federal Somalia's forces controlling the border area. Regional forces, Ethiopian troops, local tribal militias. These are the forces on board. To protect its borders, Somalia will have to establish a strong border force. Somalia, Ethiopia border, long border. It's not easy to guard the entire border. Ethiopia says it will not allow any Al-Shabaab elements, other anti-Ethiopia elements organized on Somalia-Ethiopia border. whether they organize on Somalia side of the border, Ethiopia will enter Somalia and strike these forces. But Somalia is now raising questions about the entry of Ethiopian troops into Somalia, which has been a very normal thing. It has been a routine affair. The Ethiopian troops have been crossing into Somali territories for years. Now, Somalia says that its territorial integrity and sovereignty is being violated by Ethiopian troops which cross into Somalia. Thank you.